I'm one of the first vibe coder on the planet.
I'm a rock star, and I can build anything.
8 days, I raised $1.5 million.
We build, we iterate, we move on.
We can build it in 7 days.
And you have to move fast.
I want to be rich in my 50s.
I told him the same. I want to be rich.
I want to buy this company today.
That was quite humiliating.
I enjoy money.
You wake up in the morning and this is on your mind, huh?
I would definitely move to a Seth and sleep in the mattress.
And that's probably worth more than all the money in the world.
And I please invest in you.
So, Seraphim, good to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe just for our audience, I'll quickly give them a quick rundown of what we have here, and then we'll jump right in. So, well, your latest venture, 21st Dev, I think literally everyone vibe coding out there knows this. It's actually funny because the producer on our show, I showed this to him and he's like, oh yeah, that's my friend actually, cool guy. Before that, you built 2 companies, right? Sold them in the same week, you just told me. So put a pin in that. And before that, you were also very active in the crypto space with another thing, Forbes 30 under 30, right? All of that good stuff. And now my first question is really like, how did you go from being a product manager to, well, first serial entrepreneur, right? Selling the companies. And then secondly, really kind of learning how to code yourself and, well, building a pretty cool thing actually while doing so.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. Basically, I had not only 2 companies. It's my 21st companies.
It's 21st.
21st.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a pretty long journey with a lot of companies, a lot of projects, and only 2 of them were successful. So there are a lot of fails. From product manager to companies, basically. Initially, I was just an entrepreneur. I launched my, beauty salon, then resell the items from China. Then
I also had that phase for me.
Yeah, and then I was a project manager in a marketing agency. And after that, I became a product manager because I just learned how to manage IT company, IT projects inside the marketing agency. Then for 1.5 year, I was a product manager, then chief product officer in Russian companies. And all the time during this journey, I tried to build some kind of IT startup in background and spend half of my salary hiring engineers who can build something for me. But yeah, it was all of them were unsuccessful.
And is that where the name comes from? 21st? Because it's the 21st
no,
venture?
21st is like just my favorite number because I was a professional basketball player and I played this number.
So it's your 23rd project and it's called 21st.
Yes.
Would have been great if it's called 23 also, but actually 23 is my wife's favorite number for some reason. I don't know. Okay, that's actually very interesting. So basically, a lot of stuff that didn't work.
Yeah.
And then 2 major breakthroughs, right? And when did you start that journey? Like age-wise, was it like more like 15, 16 or more like 20 or more like
it was
12?
17.
17, huh?
After first year in my university.
Yeah. And that's when you were still kind of the product manager, or that's when you started the entrepreneurial journey?
No, initially I just wanted to do something. Then I became an entrepreneur. Then worked for be hired for some companies. But then it's a long story. But I have kind of
time, so that's beautiful.
Yeah, I have kind of. At my 17, I decided that I wanna be rich. But I wanna be rich not fast. I wanna be rich in my 50s. That's why I wrote some kind of plan that initially I want to spend 10 years for learning. Then I would spend 20 years for building companies. And then I would sell company and build some big company in my 50 or 40
and
years
all of
old.
that went a bit faster than you expected.
No. I still have this path.
Okay.
I mean that I want to sell a company for like one $100 million to get 30 million cash home, and then use this money to build some big company, kind of like maybe like launch rockets, like in Russia or something like
But
that.
honestly, that's pretty impressive because being so self-aware at like 17, 18, 20 years young, right? And actually knowing that, okay, it's not going to be a quick win, but it's going to be a very, very, very long journey. And I think everyone who is an entrepreneur knows this very, very well, right? And for me, it's actually funny. I have kind of a similar story. When I was a kid and people ask me, what do you want to be when you're old? I told them the same. I want to be rich.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, back then I had no plan how to get there. So I wasn't self-aware at all, really.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, maybe I was much more naive than you when I was that young, because I literally thought, hey, now we're going to do this company. It's going to work great. We're going to be able to sell it, and life's going to be good, but I had nowhere near a 30-year plan. So what do you think instilled that in you, that you at such a young age had such a clear and actually realistic plan? Because honestly, for me, it was very, very different.
I just found some kind of mentors, but basically it was just the YouTube videos, so kind of podcasts. That's why, yeah, I love podcasts. I recently launched my own podcast because, yeah, when you're young, like it's interesting because like 20 years ago, um, you had no access to information or like best thoughts of best builders on the planet. But right now with YouTube, with all this podcast, you have this access and you can literally understand what they thinking about it. And yeah, basically I just listened to some millionaires, billionaires thoughts and decide, okay, I'm pretty, I'm not smart at the moment. That's why they smart. I trust them. I will just trust all their advices, and they advise plan big, plan for like whole life, maybe 20 years, 30 years, and yeah, understand that this path would be long. That's why I just okay. Here's a plan. Let's go.
So you had a good filter, because I mean, online you can really find both, right? You can find people who will tell you you'll be a, I don't know, gazillionaire tomorrow, right? By just doing whatever. And then there's really the real ones that tell you, well, how it really is, right? Are there any specific kind of names that really popped up? Like, is there like one person that really influenced that on you? Is it multiple people? Was it more kind of Russian speaking culture? Was it more in the Western culture? Like, who really influenced you at that young age?
It was basically Oscar Hartman. Have you heard about him?
Not yet, actually.
Yeah, he's
But looks like I should.
yeah, he's a Russian German guy, and he right now I guess he worth around $800 million. But yeah, but he also married a Russian girl and arrived to Russia in 2007 and built here a couple startups which were already built in Germany and the US, but there are no the same companies in Russia, like live streaming shopping or online shoes store, and yeah, he built it, and yeah, because he had this German kind of mindset with the top tier university, and he also worked in Boston Consulting Group, and then built a lot of like around 20 companies, then invested in 60 companies, and then he decided, okay, I want to share my experience with everyone, and that's interesting because his wife Russian, he learned Russian pretty well. He record videos in Russian, and it's super helpful. Yeah, and I basically watched all his videos, made some kind of notes, and just follow the advices.
It's actually fun. Now that you mentioned the name, my wife showed him to me, and I think one of his last ventures was like he was doing some car company in the UAE where he was, I think, building a platform where you can sell. Is this guy?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Probably one of the
I
many
guess
ventures.
in 2013, he launched. He with his friend noticed that there are market opportunity to launch online platform where you can sell the car, and then they would resell this car to dealers. And he launched this company in Russia, and he also invested in his friend who launched this company in Emirates. And the company in Emirates right now has a valuation around 1 billion.
Okay, so basically you're 17, 18, 19 years old, right? You find Oscar Hartman online, right?
Yeah.
And you take notes, and then with that you basically found the game plan, the script on launching your first ventures. And I mean, now here, of course, you have the best ofs, right? And so how many before we actually got to the best of, like how many companies, how many projects did you iterate through until we got to, I guess it was Via Protocol, right? The kind of first one that really took off.
Yeah.
How many years, how many projects? It must be quite a lot, right?
6 years. I launched companies, like projects. It's not companies, every 3 months. So I build the MVP, test it. If it's fail, I close and start a new one.
That's very interesting. Can you walk us through really the systematic approach you have for that? You know, because I mean, every 3 months, honestly, that's quite the pace. Because honestly, for me, and maybe probably you're much smarter than me actually, because it sounds like it by that pace, honestly. Because after 3 months, I barely figure out, okay, do I have a product market fit or not? So how can you go within 3 months rhythms of really thinking of something, building it, iterating, launching? If it's great, great. If it's not great, move on. Like, what's really your kind of systematic approach to that?
I guess this not something that you want to follow, because I did that because after 3 months, when you meet first problems in your project or your company, understand that, okay, you build a product, then you need to sell it somehow, and maybe your first users say that this trash. Yeah, at this moment, usually I just found new shiny thing on the horizon, and start just build it and try to build something else. But yeah, sometimes it worked, because sometimes users love this product and they follow you, support you, and this motivate to continue building this company, and that's why basically some big companies happened, because I just found this kind of product market fit, and continue building it.
So it sounds like really pivoting super fast is really part of your success formula, right? Where you move fast, break things. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, let's move on.
I guess I would be maybe more successful, but not pivot so frequently, because it's not something like, it's not a best practice, you know. Sometimes you need just like select the company idea, start building it, and go through this death valley, build it for 5 years, and it might work out, you know, like so this is just my journey, and this kind of ADHD stuff, when I cannot follow company. I mean, when I face first problems, I find new shiny thing, that something that I can build at some dopamine, you know.
Yeah, honestly, I think the more founders I meet, many paths leads to Rome, you know, many, like an infinite amount almost, you know. And some really, they push a thing for 20 years, and on year 19 it starts to work. Yeah, others like you know, they iterate super fast through things. I don't think there's a right path. There's just your path, you know. And for you, I mean, yeah, you're happy, you're successful. So that's all you need, now. And but it's for me, it's just very interesting how you go really from, because it's almost a bit counterintuitive actually, where you have the path where you make, okay, I want to go on this 20, 30, 40, 50-year path, right? It's on the one side is a very, very, very extremely long term. I mean, as long term as it can be, right? In life. At the same time, within that mechanism, you have, well, another mechanism that basically goes through stuff every 3 months. Do you see any problem with that, or do you think this is exactly the success factor?
Yeah, I guess this is exactly what the success factor,
Right.
because at the start you don't know what to build, and you want like the hardest thing is to earn your first $1 million, and then it's much easier, and you somehow need to earn it, and it's super complicated, super difficult, and yeah, I play this low opportunity game. I don't know how to pronounce it. Like, I mean,
Yeah, no,
when you know that win in the win, like, I don't know how this say.
you can say it in Russian. I'll try to figure it out.
Вероятность.
Okay, I definitely didn't figure that one out.
Yeah. Is it in betting? What is this like?
Roulette.
Roulette.
Yes,
Now
roulette.
I will translate it. One moment.
Yes, don't worry. The miracle of technology.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of chance or probability. Yeah. So when you're young, when you have no money, chance to win is super low in one project. I guess it's around 5% in my experience, in my friend's experience. So you can just do more tries, build more companies. And if you know that there are like 5% chance that you will win, you just do more tries. And the 20s companies, 30s companies, you'll definitely win.
Do you iterate in parallel, or is it very step by step?
Step by step.
Step by step.
Yeah. I treat it like if I build something, I need to full focus on this project. Yeah, because it's make no sense to build something parallel.
It's super interesting because my philosophy is actually exactly the same. There's a probability of everything in life, right? And the probability for startups, let's be honest, it's not the highest one, right? There's definitely career paths you can choose that probably have a higher probability, but kind of the expected values with startups over time is just much higher with that than with anything else. So for me, I actually have a similar approach, but I try to iterate through it in parallel. Usually, well, not 10, not 23 projects at a time, don't get me wrong, but maybe 1 or 2 or 3 projects at a time, and then basically what I try to do, I really try to build the good teams, enable the great teams to kind of execute on my behalf. But then at the end, it's the exact same philosophy that you have, honestly. We build, we iterate, we move on. And if it works, we don't move on. And we go kind of through this death valley. Actually, just now with one of my companies, we just did that, honestly. And for the first, I'm going to be honest, for the first 12, I don't know, to even 18 months, it didn't look so bright. Like really, it was just problem after problem after problem. Really not so sexy at all, actually. And I probably wouldn't want to go through it again. But at the end, it pays off. Just, I always say, just stand up one more time, then you fall. And either you'll die trying or you'll end up, well, in glory. And that's kind of but it sounds very similar, right, to what you're doing, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. And what would you say is what's the worst thing that happened on this path? Because okay, you launched 23 startups / projects, right? What's kind of the worst top 3 things that really happened along those paths? Did you, I don't know, build something up, it completely crashed, or Is there any interesting story there?
Um, I guess at the start, when I just started the companies in these projects, it was super painful to kill some project. When you spent like 3 months, at the start it was super painful. Yeah, then I guess the biggest problem, the biggest pain for me was this killing my first venture-backed startup by exchange, because I had 25 investors and 17 guys in the team, and it was super painful, super stressed. To fire guys, to negotiate with the investors.
What happened there specifically?
To be honest, nothing interesting. I mean, like investor, I treated like it's something important, but for investors, they like used to accept this company's failure. But for me, it's painful, you know, like for also because most of my investors were angel investors. I wanted to keep good relationships with them, and it was like scary for me to tell them that I failed and I lost your money.
And what was their reaction?
Most of them like, okay, no problem, just keep going. But for me, it was super painful, and I had this 1.5 year depression, and it was pretty.
No, she's gonna die. We should leave that in. Okay, let me repeat that. So what was the last question again? Basically, or should we wait until she's not dying anymore?
I guess she will come back.
So should we call an ambulance?
Yeah, that's kind of connected my story, because I a couple times was in the ambulance.
Really?
Yes. And that's not cool, to be honest. Yeah, with this depression, with this stress, and when you're a couple times put in an ambulance, you understand that something goes wrong. I mean, like, that's not a good way to build companies. Yeah, and not a good way. I mean that I spent 7 days a week, like 12 hours, building companies, and even when it's fail, still trying to figure it out how to make it work. Yep. And with this stress, I just understand that, okay, I should just close the company. Had some tough conversation with my investors. And
so what was the exact process? Basically, you were out in the market with the first company. You kind of figured out, actually, we're running a bit low on cash and we don't really have the product market fit, I guess, right? So just kind of, well, honestly, very natural conclusion, right, of some startups. And then you had to have these difficult conversations with the investors, which basically mostly went well.
This was long journey as well, because we raised some money, hired a team, and built a company for 1.5 year. Then we realized that we want to raise more money, because one more round.
What were the sums? Like, was this back in Russia, or was this already in London?
We lived in Bali, but our company was United States incorporated. Yep.
Beautiful. So you had all the employees in Bali, or just you?
We had most of our team in Bali, but we moved them from Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how was that to build a company out of Bali? Like, you had one villa, you were all working there together and crushing it?
Yep.
Sick.
Yeah, it was a pretty good villa with like 6 bedrooms.
Nice.
But yeah, this was fun. Yep. So we've wanted to raise one more round, failed raising this one more round, and realized that we don't have enough money for paying salaries for all this team. And when problems started in startups, problems started with your co-founders sometimes.
Of course.
And also maybe your team's not like when you start a founder, it's super complicated to discuss your problems. You need to have some kind of support network of your other founders. You cannot tell about problems to your employees, your team, because they would not understand it, and they would stop like believing in you. Yep, and this was tough time. We decided to divorce with my co-founder, and then
good or bad divorce?
Kind of bad.
Kind of bad.
Yeah, and I had to fire half of the team, keep the most strongest guys, and spend one more year to trying to build a company with this team. Made 3 more approaches. And then it was also, they're all unsuccessful. And at this moment, Reggie decided, okay, we should stop. And
what was the moment when you realized you need to stop?
I was in ambulance. And
An ambulance?
Yeah.
In Bali still?
In Bali.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And had a lot of problems with my health. Later, I discussed it with the doctor, and when I had so much stress and so much like kind of depression and work all the time, have no rest at all, all your organism like saying you stop because you I gave you so much like loan. Yep, and at the moment, like organism first, this said me like stop, and then I decided, okay, I should stop because, yeah, all kind of problems that may happen with your organism happened at the same time. Yep, and
then you're in the ambulance and you realize, wow, this is too much.
Yeah.
But then still, I mean, process of actually closing that and getting kind of parting ways with the team, right? And parting ways with the investors, all of that was still ahead of you at that time.
I guess most of our investors understood that we are failed companies, and I guess they're right, because if I would be investor, I would support the strongest teams, and they wouldn't spend time for like guys for team who already dying. It's make no sense. And it was painful for me, but I understood it. Yeah, so just a couple talks, and close the company. I also for half more year tried to sell it. It was also unsuccessful, and closed it.
So that was the most painful experience up until that point in your life.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it. And then I think what's even more interesting, everything was burned down, right? It's bad, of course, but it's also great because you can build a new house in a way. So how did you go from really being in the ambulance and everything, well, honestly, completely going to shit, right? At least that's how it sounds to me right now. And then really founding the next 1 or 2 or even 3 quite successful projects, right? Like, can you walk us through that journey really step by step? What was the first step? What was the second step? What was the third step? And so on. Because I think it's really interesting, because a lot of entrepreneurs have this, where they really, you fly high and you fall super low, much lower than you were before, And then, I think this is the purest form of entrepreneurship, when you have to grab yourself out of this kind of valley of despair again. And it looks like you've done it. So can you walk us through that journey? How, what were really the concrete steps?
Just after I closed the company, I decided that I want to spend like a couple months, maybe half a year, just to have a rest and trying to fix my problems with health.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, and I decided just build something that I really like, but with no any responsibility. So without investors, without plans for a big company, and I also decided I want to learn how to code, and I started building my fork of Telegram client. I built a web version of Telegram for teams, for startups with Slack-like folders, etc. And it was just fun, and it helped me to like understand that it's interesting to write code, to be honest, and then it's interesting that I can move much faster when I write code myself.
Which year was this? Just for the audience to understand, where are we now in the time?
Last year, it's
Last year.
January 24. Yep, and I spent like around 4 more months to trying to build this project just for myself. It was fully open source. It still got some users, guys who use it. But yeah, then I also had problems in personal life. That's why we had to move back to Russia. And here, already in Russia, I understood that, okay, I feel much better here because I guess one of the biggest problem in Bali was that I had no personal conversations at all. All of my meetings with friends via Zoom or Google Meet, and it's not a real like connection. And yeah, when I came back to Russia and met with all my friends in person, it helped me. And also we started discussing some kind of businesses and ideas that we can build. And I met Karim, my future co-founder, first in person, and just hookah, and he told that he...
Hookah for the audience is not hookers, but it's a shisha. Just to clarify that.
Yeah. And yeah, I just came back 1 week. First time in my life met Karim in person, because previously we just talked via Zoom, and he told me that he got some like idea that can work out, and he didn't like invite me to build it with him. Just thought about the idea. But next day, I call him and like say like maybe we can build it together. And same day we met in another shisha, and I got some handshake deal that we want to build it together. And 4 weeks later, we launched our AI video editor,
Cutly.
Yes.
All coded by yourself, or
No,
engineers?
We same day when we had this handshake deal, we posted post in our Telegram channels that we want to hire an iOS engineer. And couple 1 week ago, we hired it. Great guy from previously he worked for Prisma. It's yeah, and build it. It was also not super successful, to be honest. It got product market fit, but we didn't find a way how to promote it. Did a couple tests with buying advertisement in Facebook or influence marketing, but all of them were not successful because you should know about Karim. Previously, he built the Avatarify. It's a pretty big application with 50 million users and around $6 million revenue. And you know a lot about viral applications, the iOS applications, the AI engines on device in iOS. Yeah, because we already know how to build big companies when we launched this application, and we have only two 1,000 MRR, and we don't know how to make it big. It was not super cool. We like.
Would you consider that a failure or a success?
I guess something in the middle, because this product found product market fit. Users love it, but this kind of business have no return on investment. I mean, when you can make it big, but you need a lot of initial funds to promote it, and then you would have like maybe 50% annual return on investment. And that's not what we actually wanted to build. We want to build something much bigger, or that not requires us to have a lot of funds to promote it.
And that kind of led you to the second venture of that year.
Second venture. This basically was just a shiny thing that we want to build. We can build. And we just was in the office, and Karim had a chat with his friend, and his friend asked him like, "What can I build right now? What's something promising?" And Karim told him like, "You can build kind of pump fun analog in Telegram," because we just discussed it with Karim that in Telegram there are a lot of communities of crypto token creators. They communicate mostly in Telegram, and maybe if you can launch the same platform but built in Telegram, it would be closer for audience, and they would be much easier to trade. And I just heard it, and when Karim stopped talking with his friend, I just told him like, well, why advising him to build it there? Why should we not build it together? And like 15 minutes later, we called our friend who worked in Telegram ecosystem, and asked him like, should we build it? And friend told us like, guys, you shouldn't build it, because there are 6 more teams who build the same, and 3 of them I invested in.
So he said, "Fuck it, let's build it."
And we treated it as challenge. Like, okay, let's build it fast. Our launch in 7 days. But it's a pretty complicated product to build, to be honest. And same day we found 3 more.
Did you manage to build it in 7 days?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow. That was sprint, huh?
Yeah, same day we found 3 more engineers who would build it with us. 7 days later, I discussed with all my previous crypto friends from Buy Exchange. Maybe you can support us in your Telegram channels, or maybe somehow support us. Because all of them already knew me, they understand that they can trust me. So they agreed to support us with some kind of posts about the launch product. And we decided to launch it at 7 p.m. But 5 minutes before 7 p.m., Karim with team still hacking, because we had some bug. To be honest, we didn't test this with the project at all. So this is some project where you trade money, real money, but we haven't tested it at all. Was super nervous. Karim was super nervous. I was just fun. Like, okay, we will launch it in 5 minutes. I don't know what you would do, but we launch it in 5 minutes. I already discussed with all my friends that they would post like a ton of advertisement about us. And just 1 minute before 7 p.m. We realized that we have some critical bug that we cannot launch today. And I told the guys like, okay, we should move our launch tomorrow. Tomorrow, same day. And Karim had 24 hours to rebuild the whole platform because this critical bug. And next day,
poor Karim.
Yeah. The next day we launched it. It was pretty successful.
Wow. So in a way, this is so far the purest form of your move fast and break things approach, right? So within 7 days, at this point, I guess you built your most successful project yet within 7 or 8 days, and it actually worked.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah, and I treated the same way as I treated all my previous companies. This is another approach, another try, and we should just build it, launch. Maybe it would go like good, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Yeah, later I discussed with a lot of our competitors, kind of guys who want to build the same project, and all of them, because they had no such journey as I had, and they treated these projects as like big company. We should test all the stuff. We should build it, design, write a blog post, and they spent like months to launch it. But yeah, just because I had this journey, and I told Karim that we would launch in 7 days, because why not? Because we can build it in 7 days. Why should we build it longer? Yeah, and we launched it, and we had this first mover advantage, and that's why it became kind of successful.
I think people like you are now in a unique position, you know, because it's getting easier and easier to build stuff, right? And you have to move fast. You have to move fast. And this even goes, you know, I can give an example from the medical field where I work with my company. There's a lot of companies, you know, 20, 30, 40 years. And they literally, I kid you not, they have release cycles. They release once a year. And their backlog is full for the next 2 years. So any innovation will come earliest in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. Meanwhile, startups, you know, can do it in a week or 2 or 3 or 4, or even if it's a month or 2 months or 3 months, it's still way, way faster, you know, than all these legacy tools. So my firm belief is really that companies like this, or just this approach in general, will really suck out all of these old legacy companies. And unless these legacy companies can really, well, if they can push through and if they can really get their shit together, basically, which they will not most likely, they're gonna be destroyed by this kind of approach, you know?
Yeah, and 20 years later, these startups became legacy companies. Some new guys would destroy them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very interesting. And then you sold these two companies. They were running at the same time, I guess, right? And you sold them in November 2024, the same week. How does that work?
Yeah. We built for 3 months Cutly, and then we decided to build a gas pump and build 4 months more gas pump. But all this time in background, Cutly just worked because it didn't require any support. Yep. And when one day, like we got a support message, like, guys, I want to build your company, and
for Cutly or for
gas pump.
Gas pump.
And yeah, our support manager like forwarded this message to me, and like, look at this. I told him like, we're not selling, like, or we can sell it, but for too much money, you don't have such money. And this guy replied this, I have enough money. Like, I told him like, okay, we can sell the company for this amount. And in my brain, it was like some super big amount that he cannot afford. And the same day he told like, okay, let's go. I just came to Moscow. He also, he from Australia. Oh no, from Austria.
Austria,
Austria, yeah. And he told like, I just came to Moscow, let's meet. And I transferred this message to Karim, and Karim told me like, this is something not serious. And also if I would answer the question how much we want to sell the company, I would say freaks more money than you said. Karim told me. But yeah, I sent this guy like, my co-founder want to sell it for a much higher price, but let's meet. We next day we had a meeting in Shusha as well.
Of course. I see a pattern.
Yeah. It was the same Shisha where I initially met Karim, to be honest. But yeah,
we should go there after.
Yeah, we can go. And just because we didn't treat it serious. something like we invited him to just the closest shisha to our office. And this guy came to the office. He's just 21 years old. And he told us, I wanna buy this company today.
Who is this guy?
He's new owner of Baby Doge. They had community takeover. It means like the initial founder of the token stopped supporting it, and he bought all this like major part of the tokens and started supporting it. Yep. And 21 years old guy from Austria came to Moscow, and we're sitting in hookah, and I'm just smoking the shisha because at the moment I'm okay with selling company for the amount that I told him. Short background. As I already mentioned, Karim launched our Refi, and he already earned a couple $1 million from it. And he already rich, kind of.
So he didn't give a fuck, basically.
Yeah,
that money.
But for me, this money makes sense. They can help me not thinking about money for a couple years. And I told Karim, Karim, I to be honest, ready to sell company for this amount. But then Karim had 2 hours. I'm just smoking shisha, Karim and this guy discussing, negotiating the deal, and they found a way what was okay for both sides. And next day we signed some contract, and day after this day, he just transferred money to my crypto wallet.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's how it worked. That's amazing. And but wait, how does a 21-year-old guy get so much money to just go out and fly to different places to buy your company, and then within one day send you crypto to buy your company? Like, what's his setup?
Baby Doge is pretty big meme coin. He owned some big part of this meme coin. To be honest, I'm not really sure how the initial bought it, and for how much he bought it, and what his profit from this deal, kind of. But
it seems to have been all right.
Yeah, he also he was in United States Forbes 30 under 30 at 19 years old.
Oh wow!
Because he was chief marketing officer of Radio Shack. You heard about Radio Shack? It's like dying company already, but somehow he became from Austria. He became chief marketing officer in US company, and he was in 30 under 30 Forbes in US. Wow. 18 years old.
Okay. Sounds like we should have this guy as the next guest, I think, right?
Yeah.
Where is he based now? In Austria?
I guess he's traveling.
A bit here, a bit there. Huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Wow. Okay. So that sounds like first you like shisha places, right? It's it sounds like that's where the stuff is going down for you.
Yeah.
And amazing story. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, and just because we sold this company, we discussed with Karim, maybe we should sell another company. And I just called my friend who I already discussed with him, Katli, before, and he asked me maybe I want to sell it, but at the moment I didn't want to sell it, and we just called him and told him we want to sell it, and he also bought it for one day. But not for a big amount. It was the same amount we spent for building the company. So it's not a kind of exit. It's just
over, basically.
Yeah.
It's there's a thing with Russian guys building and selling companies fast. I just had another friend actually. He built a VPN company, And he similar story. He met the guy. I'm not sure if it's a hookah place or not, but some restaurant, I guess. And literally within one day, company sold, and for a much bigger amount than he hoped for, basically. And yeah, it seems that in Europe, kind of, let's say Switzerland, Germany, Austria, like really this kind of region where I'm from, it's much slower deals. Like much slower to do something like this half a year, and then you analyze and do this and do that. And I think here you just go for it.
Yeah, because most of these companies, they have no entity, have no legal work at all.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of only server where you can just share the password, and that's all.
That's amazing. And then that's November 2024, right? So you're already coding there kind of a bit. You well, once again, you from entrepreneur to product manager to entrepreneur again to coder to selling your company twice in the same week. Nice.
Yeah.
And then to kind of building up would you say it's the biggest thing yet, or how does it compare to the previous ventures?
21st Dev.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. At the moment, I raised the same amount that I raised for Y Exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So the same, but Y Exchange I built for 2.5 years, and we processed around $1.5 billion there. So it was kind of big, but 21st Dev just started. I know. In terms of earned money, Gaspam was the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 21st Dev is too young.
And in terms of virality, do you think 21st Dev definitely gone more viral than the other things, or how does it compare?
No, I guess Gaspam was much more viral because there are a lot of, we built a pretty big community, and also this kind of marketplace where we have two sides of the network effect: creators of this token and the traders. And the creators of these tokens, they had their own communities, and they kind of promote the platform where they selling it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, network effect of small communities help us build our big community, and it is pretty viral. I'm not sure. Yeah, we had more users in Gaspam than we have in 21st Dev at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Can you share that number, or is it more confidential?
I don't remember them, to be honest.
It's a diplomatic answer.
I guess it's 250,000 users in Gaspam.
Yeah.
And this this different kind of users, because in Gaspam there's traders, and they basically pay us fees for each transaction, and this is real users. In 21st Dev at the moment we have around 300 visitors of the website. But no, it's monthly.
Okay, 300,000.
300 total, around 100,000 monthly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's visitors, and we don't sure who are real users. Yep, and this is just visitors, and they're basically not worth as much as Gaspam users.
Yeah, of course.
They can just visit, click something, etc. Yep. So Gaspam much smaller, I guess, than my previous companies, but I just started it. Just 1 month ago, I raised my first run.
Because I remember actually, maybe, what is it, 3-4 months ago, something like this, because I follow all of these, productivity YouTubers, coding YouTubers, I geek out a bit on that. And I noticed back then, that was kind of the first time when they really showcased that. And I already told it, right? But then I checked it out. I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty useful for me actually, because that was a time where me and Miron, kind of producer of this podcast, also we just started dabbling with Cursor and so on, and we started figuring out stuff. And that's when you found this actually. And then Miron told me, oh yeah, it's my friend, actually, super cool guy. And really, the value you get out of this, it's a simple tool, but it's actually humongous, for people. I don't know, you need a sidebar, go there. You need the hero section, go here. And then you mix and match, and AI does all the dirty work in the background for you, and it just works, Yeah. And for me, the wow effect was actually quite big, honestly. So I would say these 100,000 users you have, don't underestimate these. Because, for example, I don't have an account. I don't. I just go there, copy paste the snippet, go into Cursor, and it's done, and I spend 30 seconds on the side, but the value from these 30 seconds, like if you calculate seconds spent on the site versus value generated, the ratio is huge, and I wouldn't underestimate that, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. There are a lot of positive feedback, and yeah, that's why I still building it. Because even when I had this startups, when I had this funding, it was super complicated for me to focus on one thing, because even in one company, we might have couple side projects, like main product, maybe API and B2B kind of business is separate project. And I always had this multi-focus. I mean, like focus on one, then focus on another one, then focus on another one. And even in big companies, I switched the focus in 3 months or 4 months, 6 months. But yeah, I'm currently building 21st Dev around for 9 months, and this is the longest of my focus period.
And why do you think that is? What kept you in there so long?
Because I built this project for myself, and I truly love it. Because it's interesting, because my previous projects I built not for myself, just because of this market opportunity. But this project I initially started as my pet project, just for myself, just to learn how to code. And yeah, that's I guess this is the secret source of like successful companies might be, because you really love what you're building, and it's not basically work or job. You just enjoy time. Yeah,
it's really funny, because I see so many parallels, because I really have the same story when it comes to kind of building the stuff. I always built, maybe for the first 6 or 7 years of my career, just market opportunities, right? I mean, for example, in one startup we do medical reports generated with AI, right? It's not because I fucking love medical reports, of course not. It's just the opportunity is there. We can generate some value, and market's going to be happy, so I'm going to be happy, right? But now actually I have a similar story. I'm a bit obsessed with productivity tools. Like, a bit is an understatement. A lot, actually. Like, I use every single thing out there. I tried every single thing out there. I go deep into alpha and beta testing with all these founders. And what I really had, I had the personal problem where everything is just so cluttered. Even the simple tools like Notion and so on, they got so cluttered, and it got overwhelmed. And for me, it almost gives me a bit of anxiety when I have to look at this, and then 17 notification boxes there, then also comments here, this, that, and here. And all I need is I just want to see my tasks, and basically same story there. I just tried to kind of build my own task manager, kind of AI powered task manager, fully vibe coded the thing from start to finish. And now for me personally, solve my personal problem. I have the thing. I have like Jarvis. I can speak to him, and it just goes ahead and generates everything for me in the background. And that's actually been one of my most satisfying kind of work opportunities yet. Where I can just build something, launch it, even if it's small, doesn't matter if it gets big. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
And it sounds like very similar to what you went through, right?
Yeah, basically the same. Personal software.
Yeah. And honestly, I think that's where the beauty is, because these days, of course, it's nice if you build $1 billion company. It's nice if you build $100 million company. But maybe what's even nicer is if you have the peace of mind to actually wake up and do whatever you want and build something you love, And I think for me, this really switched. I told you at the beginning, when I was a kid, I told everyone I want to be rich, right? And now I just want to be happy and fulfilled, and I want to build cool things, and that's really my source of happiness. And that's really kind of the major switch I saw in myself, where money is great, money is cool and everything, but if you can build something, even if it gets 1,000 users, 10,000 ideally, right? And if there's this minor subscription fee there, if it's enough money for you to live and you really have a good time doing that, that might be worthwhile to tackle. And that's actually one of my products now and one of my projects. And honestly, never had more fun building something ever.
Yeah, that's super satisfying to build something from the scratch.
I agree.
Cursor, it's a pretty good product.
But let's dive a bit deeper there, honestly, because for me, this is mind blowing, because I studied computer science, right? And after studying it, yes, I got the basics. I was a mediocre coder at best, right? And now with Cursor, I'm a superstar. I'm a rock star, and I can build anything and faster than ever. And for me, it's funny because I had and still have a software development agency, right? And I saw firsthand what does it mean to build software, and when I got a product specification, I was able to say pretty confident, this is going to take 3 months with 3 people or 4 devs, whatever, right? And now what I really see, these 3 or 4 devs over 2 to 3 months, now I can do it within, let's say, 3 weeks. Not 7 days, that might be your thing, but let's say 3 weeks, right? And it works, and it's better than ever. And this for me is really satisfying. And I would love to, tackle this in 2 parts. First part is, what is your development process there? Like, how do you tackle this? Do you even still use Figma? Do you just jump directly in code? I guess I know the answer already. And then the second thing is, how do you think this will evolve? Do you think we'll stagnate here? Where do you think this will go next? I think those 2 things are pretty interesting to explore.
Yeah. I started my coding experience with my Telegram client before. I just asked my co-founder from a previous company help me launch Node.js and under my MacBook, and he just helped me set up these things. And
was that before or after Cursor?
Before Cursor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm one of the first vibe coders on the planet, because I started vibe coding since October 2023 with ChatGPT 4, and this worked for me. I just copied the whole code file to ChatGPT interface, asked him to change something, and did so many iterations, but it was fun as well because it worked out. And I built this project. Initially, it started just with front end kind of styles, and each time, each week, I wanted to deep dive and dive deeper. And understand more and more. And then, I built pretty big project, but all with front end, because in Telegram client, you can only change layout, all the API stuff handled by them. And then when we started Kotlin, I also wanted to contribute somehow, and I also used ChatGPT for writing already iOS native app. Also just a layout, but it was also fun. And then with ChatGPT, we launched this project for 8 days, and my pretty good friend, he built the initial version as a front-end engineer. And then, because he built all this stuff, he wrote this code pretty good with all the reusable components, etc. It was pretty easy to contribute somehow, because you can just copy the component and somehow edit it and use it, because we had a foundation pretty good. And I just started contribute features, and then I switched when they sold the Gaspam. I thought, what can I do next? And I thought maybe I can write code in Rust or backend or something that's complicated, but the most complicated thing that I can build right now. But I decided, let's try initially with the JS backend and this stuff. And my approach here, just go to some reasoning model. At the moment, it was O1 model. Describe the plan. It would write big plan, like technical plan specifications. I copy this plan, paste it in Cursor, and Cursor just build it. Then you can just can just iterating copy errors, paste it in agent.
Now, how long until you had the first version that you were proud of?
Just 3 days.
3 days, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, 12 days.
So trying to beat your own record of 7 days, I see.
Yeah, I launched 21st Dev for 3 days.
Wow.
And I built it like alone, first version.
Did that change the very first version to what you have now, or is it like 80% similar?
Yeah, totally changed.
Totally changed.
Yeah.
Did you start from scratch at some point, or?
Yeah, I started from no, not from scratch, but for 3 days I had pretty like not super big code base. This was just 2 pages, 3 pages. Right now there are 70 pages, a lot of features, etc. Yep. So I changed it a lot.
So, how was the process there? Like with this venture, did you go out and find investors? Did they find you? What was that whole workflow?
I also wanted to build this project just for myself without any responsibility because I already had some kind of money. I can build it. Yep. And I built it for 4 or 5 months without funding. Initially, to be honest, this project, I started with my friend and he came to Moscow from London and just discussing what can we build and discussed that we can build some AI text to app application, kind of similar to Bolt.u or Lovable. It was before Bolt.u released. And yeah, he started building this project, but just because this kind of complicated technology, and I could contribute to this code base, I decided I can build something for also useful. Maybe we can in future join these projects and use 21st Dev as kind of Figma community for Figma to use drag and drop components inside the AI builder. Yep, and we just built these projects same time. But 4 months ago, we this AI text to app application didn't work out, and also Bolt.new released, and they were successful and still successful. And we did some mistake with choosing tech stack because we decided to build only with Next.js stack, but AI like base models don't know well new stacks, because they're learned on the code base from GitHub, and they don't know new technologies. That's why this project didn't work out, and we had to pivot it. And at the moment, I decided that because my friend, I basically invested in him like as a person to start this company because I believe that he, if he built what he really want to build, not to work for some guys, he would be successful. And I decided, okay, I can invest in you, let you build what you want. And he built it. We didn't understood, maybe it's the same company, maybe it's not two separate companies. But 4 months later, project not started basically, and the money that I invested was spent it, and we had two paths, like two options, or raise money for idea, or go separate, and we decided go separate. I focused on 21st Dev, and my friend Daniel, he pivoted and built the same project but for mobile applications.
It worked?
and it worked.
It worked.
First day release, he made one post in Twitter, 1.5 million views.
No way.
Same day, $800,000 invested, and
Same day.
same like 1 week. So same day, around 500,000, and
What? From one Twitter post?
Yeah.
An X post?
yeah, and
Would you say this is the best strategy right now to launch on X for these
Yeah.
products?
yeah.
Yeah?
2 weeks later, Andrew Schwartz invested in him
No way.
$2 million.
Wow. And you were kind of his pre-seed investor
Yeah,
in a way, right?
yeah,
Good for you.
yeah. My friend became also successful. It's pretty good. Yeah. And I started building 21st Dev, and like alone. I built it for 1.5 months more alone, but then just a friend from our community texted me like, I saw 21st Dev, it's super cool. I had the same experience in the past with he built a Figma competitor, kind of a competitor, same product but built in the designs from pre-built components, and he was the only technical guy in the team, and he built full canvas, all this multiplayer, etc. And yeah, he told me like, I want to help you. I can help you for free. Just contribute. Yeah, I told, okay, let's go. And we worked 1 more month just as a contributors. But then one of my follower in Telegram channel texted me like, I saw all your path. It's pretty impressive. And can I please invest in you? And yeah, he told me like, we don't need any deal, any deck. Please just give me the details of your bank account. Yeah, we had a chat. Then we had a chat with his partner in the fund, and yeah, they decided to invest. And when I already got this offer, I discussed with Sergey, who contributed, like what should we do next? Because right now we're just the contributors, not the co-founders. And the first day he told me like, oh, I'm not really ready for startups because I already had a bad experience with startups, and I guess I would just go to the Facebook and work there. But on the next day he came back like, no, I actually decided I want to build with you. And one more reason why he decided it, because the same week Andrew Schwartz also came to us and they wrote an article about this project. And they wanted to have a chat and like wrote an interview about it. Yeah, and
So they also wanted to invest, I guess.
We had a couple of meetings, but they didn't invest
Yeah.
in the end. Yeah, but they wrote an article, and this was kind of
Breakthrough.
For Sergey. It was important because he wanted to be close to the San Francisco community network, and when Rhys Hortz wrote about you and you're pretty popular in this space, yeah, he finally decided to, okay, let's build it together. We joined forces, became half and half co-founders, like incorporated our entity, and
in the US.
In the US, yes, and in our first investor, they send like emails to all his friends who co-investors that we just invest in these guys. If you also want to invest, we can introduce you. Yep, and in next 8 days, I raised $1.5 million.
And who's the most interesting investor you have on board?
The most interesting, I have Thomas Wolf. He's founder of Hugging Face.
No way. That's
Yeah.
sick.
Also have Ruz. He's head of AI at Meta. and previously he was head of AI in Apple. Also, we also have on board Chris Reber, he founder of Wunderlist, and then he sold the company for Microsoft and built Pitch.com.
No way.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So some good names over there, I think.
Yeah.
And now because honestly, with these names on board, you could probably go even bigger, right? These guys have super great connections for a Series A, Series B, Series C, whatever. Is that your plan, or how do you want to move this ship forward?
When initially with my co-founder Sergey, we wanted to build it for free, just maybe somehow earn and live for this money. Then a first investor came and wanted to invest $100,000, and we decided, okay, $100,000. It's a lot of money. We can build it together for 1 year. And then 8 days later, we have $500,000, and it's already like different plan. Like, okay, this is a venture-backed startup. We need to hire a team. We need to move fast. We need to, yeah. And at the moment, I didn't want to change the plan, to be honest, because I'm not the first-time founder already. I had in my via exchange, I spent a lot of money. I hired a super big team, 17 engineers, 10 engineers, 17 team members in total. And that's not a good strategy for product market fit startup. Yeah, that's why we decided just continue building, hire one more engineer, and iterating, find the product market fit, and we want to move to the next curve, of the growth, just for 3 team members, and then the next curve raise one more round.
That would be you would call that a seed, or is it already Series A for you? Like, how would you call it, the next one?
I don't know. Because I built the company for already like half a year. We had more than 200,000 users, visitors on the website.
One, yeah.
Yes, and has small monthly current revenue. I don't share this. It was pre-seed. That's not an idea. I guess it's already seed run.
Yeah, I think you can take the ship in any direction, honestly. And yeah, just stay true to yourself and build what you love. And I think this seems to be your success formula,
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree more, It's counterintuitive, but sometimes a team of 17 people is slower than a team of 1 or 2 or 3.
Definitely.
Why do you think that is?
Because I spent all my time just managing this team and
instead of building.
Yeah, and also it's not a good bet, because when you have so much developers, sometimes you don't have tasks for them. You need to just thinking, what can we build? That's not how companies building. Actually, you need to solve users' problems first, and we just build a lot of stuff, but not stuff that
people want.
People want it,
Yeah. When do you think will be the first company founded that really gets to 1 billion in revenue? Or no, not in revenue, but like in valuation, Because I think that's going to be pretty soon, that you have one person founding a company, building it all alone, coding it alone, with the help of AI agents in marketing, in tech, in whatever, and really growing to that level. Do you think that's possible?
I don't think it's possible.
You don't think so?
I believe 5 team members.
5 team members, huh?
Yeah. Because as an investor, I want to invest in one guy who can have depression or etc. It works. It makes sense to have a founder first, because sometimes some ups, some down, and I support each other. But with 5 team members, I believe it might be 3 years. It's possible.
Maybe that can be you.
No, I guess
you have 3 now, so you need 2 more.
I guess when you have 1 billion valuation with 5 team members, the investors would invest not in the product, they would invest in team.
Yeah.
And this team should be impressive with good background, with Stanford, MIT, Apple, OpenAI,
So
etc.
do you think this is still relevant? Because, you know, I met a lot of people who didn't go to any school and sometimes didn't even do anything impressive before. And now they're some of the greatest builders I know, you know? Do you think this stuff on paper still matters?
Yeah, yeah. In US it matters, and for investors it matters because most of the investors they graduated from top tier universities, colleges, and yeah, uh, it I think that's not correlated with chance of success. Might be.
But it's just the way it is for now. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And how do you see the VC landscape switch? You know, because back then, yes, you might need it. I don't know, 200 million, 300 million, whatever, 1.5 million, 20 million to build a product, to launch a product. And now let's be honest, you can do the same thing with a team of 3 that before was a team of 30, right? And that's just the truth. Do you think the investors will stop giving that much money and focus more on kind of your strategy, a lot of small tickets for a lot of founders and give them a shot? Do you think they will stay on that path where they do big tickets and, well, I guess you just have more money at the end in the bank account, even though you probably don't need it that much? How do you see that?
You know, for all the time, investors had more money than they can invest because there are not a lot of good founders, not a lot of good projects where they can invest in. And with this, right now, I guess more and more projects would appear in the landscape, and I guess their strategy would be the same as before, but their pipeline would be bigger. I mean, more startups, more better startups would appear, but I don't think that they would change its strategy because this strategy works already for a long time.
Yeah, it's also what I observe. I mean, I follow kind of 1 or 2 VCs on X, on YouTube. They have their own podcast and so on. And this is kind of the vibe I'm getting. You know, they use really the large language models to process way more applicants, kind of for potential startups, right? And then they really pre-select them already based on given criteria and so on. And yeah, they just go through it much faster. So probably your theory here is not too far off. And where do you see this thing going next? Because okay, right now we have Cursor, right? Honestly, you still need a bit of coding experience to use it. That's at least how I feel it. Like if you just go in there without any experience, you're gonna end up at some point with a fucked up code base. Let's be honest, right? You need some structure and some ideas. How do you think this will change? And how do you think your product comes in there? You know, where does that fit in that future scenario that you have?
I didn't thought about it a lot, but I heard a lot of thoughts from guys from this industry, like founders of Versa, V0, Lovable, Bolt New, Cursor, Windsurf, etc. I guess they have different thoughts about it. Some of the guys think that AI would build whole products, and you would just tell them what to build. Another guys thinking that AI would just help you, and you still would need to select and manually say what to edit and be like more specific in the code, what kind of part you want to edit, and the AI should just help you, but they would not build the whole product from the scratch. And more like these guys also thinking that you would more writing code not with the code language but nature language. I mean, in the code you can write a function, but you can write it in like English. I mean, create a function that would upload these files to R2. Yep. And I believe in this way because I've had a lot of experience with the AI, like code editors and application that build apps. And at the current state, AI cannot build a whole app for you. A working app that makes sense. They can build a calculator or copy of some kind of Airbnb, etc. But it makes no sense. Yeah, if you want a real product, cannot build it for you. But it can help you build it when you understand architecture. Yeah, and we can say that we need this part, this part, this part. It works out. And I more believe in this way. And in 21st Dev, we create a community where developers share the pre-built blocks of code that they can just share with the AI and just plug in this code base and use it, just help you move faster. But all these ideas works only if we wouldn't see like intelligence development in AI. I mean, like currently, we was super impressed when Cloud 3.5 Solnet released. Yeah. And everyone was super excited about it, and they thought, okay, what the next? Maybe we should wait the next model, and maybe it would 10x better. But then a lot of models released, and you at the moment you don't even sure that they better 3.5.
In some instances, they actually got worse. For example, in our medical reporting use case, right? 3.5, maybe 1 year ago or 1.5 years ago, like really when it released, was the best model I've ever seen. With the click of a button, I was able to solve all the issues we had before. Before we were using, I think, GPT-4, I guess, back then. And then what I really saw, and I would love to have your take on this actually, I'm pretty sure Anthropic drosseled that down. I'm 100% sure that they removed some sort of power. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure why, and I'm not sure where, but I'm pretty sure they removed some of that power because I really, we had the benchmarks in our tool, like hundreds of reports that go automated through the system. And basically we use a temperature of 0, to generate everything. And really at some point, just everything changed for the worse, and that's kind of strange. Did you also see that happening?
Yeah, Anthropic understood that they are the best model for coding, and they trying to optimize the benchmarks for coding, and they decrease knowledge in basic stuff. And they cannot write text, for example, but they can write code as they think better. But when we use it, 3.7, they overthinking at some point. Yep. And right now, we're already not sure that it's possible to have 10x better model. And that's why I more believe in the way where AI just help you to build it, but you still need to understand the architecture. And the most important part here is what problem you need to solve. And you need to have some kind of taste how it looks like, because AI cannot build beautiful stuff, and it's all on the developer side. So yeah, I would bet on Cursor.
This approach I will win.
Yeah, then on Bold and You're Lovable, to be honest.
Honestly, me too. My experience with Cursor has been great because I have some technical expertise, and with Bold and Lovable, not at all. Like if you actually check the code that gets generated, I'm going to be honest, for smaller things, it's completely fine. It might even be perfect, better than we can do it. But for larger things, it's completely horrible, honestly, and it's absolutely not usable, So yeah, and it's interesting, different founders really have different views on this. For example, Greg, a guy who sold his company to Snapchat, like these cameos, like 160. Yeah, exactly.
He's my investor.
Oh, no. Hey, you know him?
Yeah.
No way. That's funny. Well, tell him I said hi. That's great. The world is small, you see. Yeah. So he has a completely different view actually on this. He thinks there will be AI agents who will really do everything from marketing to coding, and there will be kind of architectural agents who build the architect for you. There are design agents who will build the design for you. There are actual coding agents implementing that for you. There are kind of QA agents who are reviewing that for you. So yeah, it's really interesting to see these different ideas, from different founders.
Yeah, a lot of investors, a lot of guys who not actually trying to wipe code. They thinking that it's already super cool. When you actually wipe code, you understand how this models works, what they can build, and you understand that
They are limited.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how did you meet Greg?
I have a global talent visa in UK, and he has this tower where
Yes.
everyone in the space
he wrecked me in FIFA. They're really like, we went out for dinner, and like he was asking me very casually, yeah, how do you play FIFA? How good are you? And I'm not so bad actually. Like against my friends, I easily win. And I tell him, yeah, look, I'm not too bad. I think I can kick your ass. I was bluffing a bit. And he's like, okay, let's see. And we go there, we play 20 rounds of FIFA. I won one. One. That was quite humiliating. So yeah. After this, I considered not to invite him for the podcast again. No, just kidding. It was a good time.
Yeah, we're just looking for angel investors, and he was in our network, and my friends invited me to him, and then we met in London, and he also ran this tower with my previous investor in my previous startup, Evgeny. He's the founder of Zero, and he invested in Y Exchange.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, it's funny how great people find each other, in the world, and that's really cool. Cool. So, now we spoke a lot about coding, a lot about your journey, a lot about a lot of things actually. What is really what gets you up in the morning? Because you seem you sold your company, right? You seem to be doing all right. Like once this money factor goes away, what really is driving you, in the morning to really wake up and make the conscious decision? I'm gonna sit on my laptop now and I'm gonna build this.
I'm still following my path, like to 50 years old. When I have one thing that inspired me. I wanna found some kind of college and university, private university, in Russia, where I would invest all my money that I would earn from my life, and support Russian scientists, and this thing could really inspire me. And basically, I wake up to follow this path, build some company, sell it for $100,000.
100 million, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1 million. Yeah. Got my 30. Build the next company where I hopefully would earn a couple $1 billion, and then invest all in this university.
It's amazing. And I think you're on the path to do it, honestly. I mean, so far, I think if you look at it, time to success-wise, you're probably a bit ahead of this curve. And I think just keep going, keep building cool stuff, and pretty sure you're going to get there, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. So this is really, you wake up in the morning and this is on your mind, huh? Like consciously on your mind. Yeah. And how did you get to that idea? Why exactly scientists? Why is this the end goal? What brought you there?
I was super disappointed in Russian universities, and I talked with a couple scientists, and they told me like there are not a lot of opportunities in Russia. There are not a lot of budget for their some stuff, and a lot of the smartest guys move abroad, work somewhere else. And I know that a lot of good guys already have this experience abroad, and they would love to work in Russia. There are opportunity, good environment, etc. But there are no opportunity at the moment. Yep. So it's kind of thing that I can solve. I see the problem, and also I wanna like be in the history. So and that's my way. It's something ambitious, something interesting, and help help the world. I mean, when you help scientists, I think they can think about something, solve some
100%.
problems.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where do you think this comes from? The kind of the necessity for you to really make this mark? Do you think you always had it, or do you think it came along the way?
I always had it, and I always thought, how can I do this? And I found this idea that inspired me. I guess it's not super complicated, to be honest, but I just need a couple $100 million to invest mine, and then I would find donors who would also invest.
So for you, the money doesn't bring you any joy kind of in itself, but it's really just the thing for a greater good.
No, I enjoy money. I have a Porsche, so I enjoy it. I don't think that I would buy a yacht, or plane.
How does it compare to happiness now that you have the nice car, the nice apartment, versus before when you, I don't know, were riding the subway or whatever? Is it same? Is it different?
No, absolutely the same.
Absolutely the same, right?
Yeah, because to be honest, at the moment, if I would have a wife who actually is an actress and work in Russia, I would definitely move to SF and sleep on the mattress, and it doesn't matter. Yeah.
That's amazing. And but that's really funny that actually most entrepreneurs start out, really wanting to be rich for the sake of money. That's how it was for me, honestly. And then it really changes to something much bigger, something much greater. And I don't know, once you get the first money, doesn't even matter if it's 100,000, a million, 100 million. I don't know. You heard the story of the Loom founder, right? Who sold his company, I think, for a couple of billions and now is miserable, right?
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, just wake up in the morning and be excited to build something. And that's probably worth more than all the money in the world.
Yeah. I truly believe in it. And I heard a lot of stories how founders sold the companies in 29 years old for half, $100 million. And then they had 5 years depression. So you need to find the motivation, something else. And my motivation just to build what I love, what makes sense, and what something where I can feel that I have this impact, somehow learning something. It's super important for me to learn. Keep learning. Yeah, because when 1 week I thinking about this week, some kind of retrospective for my week, and I realized that I didn't learn anything. Wow, it's super depressed about it.
What's your way to learn? YouTube?
At the moment, it's deep research. Yeah, already deep research or all free with search. So YouTube, ChatGPT. Already 1.5 year, I'm mostly learning from ChatGPT, all this stuff, and it's super cool because before you had to find these YouTube videos and find important stuff in this video. Right now, you can just ask to do a deep research and then paste it in notebook, LM, and listen in the podcast about it.
It's amazing. I even go one step further, actually. I do the deep research and then I jump into a voice chat with ChatGPT, and sometimes I drive the car and I kid you not for an hour or two on the way to somewhere. I talk about this specific topic, and the amount of knowledge you can get out of this, hey, it's within an hour, it's comparable to 1 semester at a university, because you actually learn. You can ask questions. There's no stupid questions. You actually learn. And for me, there's no excuses now not to learn anymore. It's out there. As you said in the beginning, it's out there. Everyone can learn. Everyone can do it. It's all about willpower and resilience, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel bad because I dropped out university and all my network, they started pretty good Russian university, but I started for basically basketball coach and the dropout after first year, and I feel bad about it because you know when I'm thinking about university, what it gives to you, network. Okay, I can get I already in this network, but also it helps you to learn how to learn, and helps you like remember a lot of text, in short time before your exam, for example. And yeah, I felt like, okay, this might be a problem because I didn't learn how to learn. But then with YouTube, with ChatGPT, with all these audio podcasts, I realized that, okay, no, actually I know how to learn. And at some point, because I'm this pretty smart network guys, at some point I can learn faster than they can. Because I know I use all this new stuff and can learn faster.
It's pretty powerful. And I would say the quality of learning is much higher, actually. Because I mean, I've done both, honestly. I really thought about dropping out, but then I was always like, fuck this shit. I'm just going to keep going, And honestly, at the end, it's fine. I think both ways are fine. I really know people who did all the studies, I don't know, 17 freaking PhDs, and they did great. I know others who didn't do anything and did even better. And both exist, And at the end, it's really, I think, your predisposition on how you do things, how you tackle things, how you can solve problems, essentially. And I think this learning aspect now is really, it's an important one, because there's no excuses anymore. There's no excuses. You can solve any problem in any company within maybe 2 or 3 hours to talking to AI. Or before you could fill weeks with that,
Yeah.
And this is, for me, it's quite poetic and quite beautiful. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's super interesting that it's not these features are not super adopted in the world. I guess deep research are used by like millions, a couple millions. And yeah, it's super cool how it can change the world if everyone would use it.
Yeah, and at some point they will have to, because if us two, we use deep research and the other founders they don't, they simply cannot keep up, and that's the truth,
Yeah.
And if we use Cursor and they don't, they can't keep up. So I think kind of capitalism will solve that problem, honestly, because you will have to use it. If you don't use it, you'll not succeed in the capitalist society. So yeah, I think it's going to take maybe another year or so, or maybe even 2 or 3 years. I don't know. But at some point, everyone must use it if they like it or not, honestly.
Yeah.
What's maybe to wrap it up, what's your one advice you would give to really younger entrepreneurs? If you can now reach everyone, I don't know, one push notification away, they're doom scrolling on Instagram or TikTok on some bullshit. What's like one thing you want to tell them?
Just everyone or founders?
Let's do founders. Let's do
Okay.
founders. Young founders who are now born into this digital renaissance where so many opportunities, where to start, what to do, how to tackle it. What's your one piece of advice with all the experience you've gathered?
I would say the same thing that my co-founder Karim told me when we discussed it. And I guess the most important part is to find motivation in something that really matter for you, and not find motivation in becoming rich or money or status or zero-sum games. And yeah, that's because it's super important when you reach this goal, for example, first goal to become a rich, earn something or buy some Porsche or etc. You will be happy just for one day, and then you'll be super disappointed again. And yeah, it's super important to find motivation, something that matters for you, to build something that interesting, that help you feel happy, and that's super important because a lot of young founders, they started, they fail, and just because they had this goal not to build something interesting, but to build something and earn, and they fail, they didn't build it, they didn't earn something. Yeah, they would not try to do it again. But when you feel happy, I feel it's interesting for you during this building process, you would definitely want to build again.
Follow your heart.
Yeah.
Follow your heart.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Seraphim. It's really lovely having you on the show, and some really great insights here. Thank you.
Thank you.